good Wednesday afternoon, folks. Welcome to Myrtle Beach Living Live. We're having a little bit of a technical difficulty, so hopefully we can get through this today all right. But I am glad to have you with us. If you have any questions today on today's show for our guests, please just type them in your comments below, and we'll be glad to get those on air. Or you can give us a call at 843-246-7474. And today I'm glad to have with us Amie Hayes, who's the Marketing Director over at Restoration One. And they are the fire, water, and mold remediation people, and they are your local specialists. So let's get Amie on here now. Hello, Amie. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, well, hopefully we can get this working here. For some reason, my audio wasn't working too well. So, well, thanks for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And so let's get started. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how long you've been in the Myrtle Beach area. I know you've been doing marketing for a long time.
I have. Actually, South Carolina, born and raised in County. And I'm moved to Myrtle Beach in 2001. Job. And I have been almost 20 years now. I live over the road. I have two dogs. Love people lover. And after coming around the golf, but also a chamber of commerce. And I'm a member of the chapter and probably made a position to a president.
All right. Well, your audio is a little bit choppy to me now, so I don't know what's going on with that, but hopefully we can get through this and everything will be good for us. So what got you into marketing to begin with, and how long you been doing it?
Well, I believe that life points in the direction we want to go. When I was 6 years old, into a car accident and broke my was in a chair for 3 months to learn to win. So really was broad and graphic and make it pretty and basically marketing business. Just my graphic career to help me to make this great there.
Yeah, well, that's cool. I still am getting a pretty bad echo coming from you, so I don't know if you're getting feedback or if you can hear it on your end, but it's pretty bad on mine, but hopefully we can get it worked out here shortly. So tell us about Restoration One. I believe if I read correctly, there's over 115 locations throughout the United States, and I believe it's a franchise too, isn't it?
Yes. That better be
no, it's still a little bit of an echo in the background. I don't know.
Okay.
Do you have headphones?
I do.
Yeah, why don't you try that? Maybe that'll work. Sorry about that. While she's grabbing her headphones, folks, this is the fun thing about going live is that you never know what's going to happen. So we'll just have to work through those things right quick, and hopefully when she comes back in, we can get that taken care of, and we'll go from there. Let's see what this does.
I think I do it.
And while she's getting those hooked up, guys, if you're interested in being on our show, just send me an email, or you can send me a comment below the video, and we'll see if we can't get you on here. I think we're booked all the way through the end of October, but we would love to have you as a guest on the show, and we air live every Wednesday at 12:30 Eastern Time right here in Myrtle Beach.
Trying to see where
The beauty of live and technology. That's okay. We'll work our way through it.
All right. Is this
Yeah, I don't think it's as bad as it was.
okay? You want to try this?
There you go. I think I got rid of it. Awesome.
Okay, perfect. Good.
Yeah, there we go. I see Carol is watching us as well as Beverly. Hey, guys, and thanks for joining us today. So we were talking about Restoration One. I said that I believe there was over 115 locations in the U.S., and it is a franchise. So tell us a little bit more about that, please.
Yes, we are the local franchise here in Horry County. Our corporate offices are actually in Texas. And we are actually up to about 325 franchises. Last count I got. Yeah, I saw about 2 weeks ago, there was 5 new ones that were added, which is great. And their goal is to grow by at least 100 new franchises per year. I think we're growing at about 50 to 75 per year, but we have them all over the U.S. and in Canada.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I know there's a lot of companies out there that do this, but it seems like you guys offer a lot more services that we're going to get into a little bit later than some of the other companies. So you guys serve just Horry County, is that correct?
Horry and Georgetown County.
Horry and Georgetown County. Okay, well,
Mhm.
nice. So I know your primary focus is on fire, water, and mold remediation and restoration. Can you tell us about those services and what all you do? I know that I think I was watching the news the other day, and there was a house fire, and I saw one of your vans outside of it when they were doing the cleanup part of it. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, we have a lot of services. We do fire, water, smoke, mold, hoarding, biohazard, and disinfection cleaning. And as far as fire, we handle everything from, an entire house fire to a small kitchen fire. And usually with the fire comes the smoke removal. So we see a lot of that. We handle that. We work with all insurance companies, and we always do free assessments. As far as mold remediation and removal, we do that as well. And one of the things about mold is you have to remediate the source, because basically mold needs two things. It needs a food source and an organic compound. And normally it'll attach to that organic compound. It's getting food from that source. Bottom line on mold, it's microscopic. If you can see mold, you have a problem, because you really should not be able to see it.
Yeah. And just Clorox bleach is not what gets rid of it, right?
No, actually not. Like if you have mold on sheetrock, which is considered an organic source and a great breeding ground for mold, if you spray mold or if you spray bleach on the mold, there's actually water in the bleach. So you're actually giving it more of the food source it needs. You may be able to wipe away surface mold, but you're actually feeding mold.
Wow. The things you just don't know, right? That's why you hire the professionals.
Right. And a couple of other things we do, hoarding clean outs. Yeah, that we've seen some, pretty outrageous situations, and we try to work with people on that. So, somebody who has maybe passed away and the family needs help cleaning the house out, we do things like that as well. We also do biohazard cleaning, trauma cleanup. We recently got a call for a pretty big trauma, and there was a lot of blood, but we are certified in that. Our guys go in full PPE gear, and we can clean it, take care of it, and get your property back to where it was. And the disinfection cleaning, we started doing that during COVID. It wasn't anything new we bought, and it wasn't any new training, because we were already doing disinfection cleaning with a product called BioEsk that is approved by the EPA. So we were already using these products and doing these type of services, because we deal with some pretty dangerous situations. So we were prepared when COVID came as well.
Well, and I want to touch base on two things that you just brought up. First, as a former firefighter with the county here, I've seen some pretty nasty scenes. And, that's something that the family, people don't think about, that after that happens, that's the last thing a family member wants to do, is to go in there and clean up their own family member's blood and whatever else may be left behind. So it's nice knowing that companies like that exist that can come out there and help those families out. And then the other side of that is, some of the stuff that you brought up was when you have a small kitchen fire. It's not small after the firefighters get in there, because the first day I took as firefighter training, they said put the wet stuff on the red stuff, and that's how you put it out. And the more wet stuff you put, the less red stuff you have. And so firefighters do put a lot of water on a fire, but you have to get it out. So even though it may start as a small kitchen fire, it doesn't necessarily end up as one.
That is correct. That is correct. If you have a kitchen fire, firefighters, and then you got water damage.
Yeah, you got a lot of water damage. That's true. So let's talk about some of the other services that you have. I know I'm skipping around here a little bit, but I know you do a lot more than that. So talk to me about other services that you provide other than the fire, water, and mold.
Like I said, the hoarding, the biohazard, the disinfection cleaning, trauma cleanup. We have a lot of different services. Nobody ever calls us with good news. You don't really ever want to have to call us, because if you do, something has gone wrong. So we are trained in all these areas, and we see everything every day. Every day is different for us, which is one of the reasons I like doing this, because we may be in a hoarding house one day helping a family clean it out, or we've come across a family whose family member has died. And you're exactly right. They don't want to clean that up. The emotional part of losing a family member and then having to deal with that is just too much. So I love this because we have to have empathy in every situation we come across, because whether you have had a fire or a flood or mold or somebody's passed away, empathy definitely counts here. And that's why we are Restoration One. We're going to restore things back to what they were before as best we can.
So that brings me to another point, Amie. Is the majority of your business after the fact? So something happens and then you go in and take care of it, or do you also offer any type of preventative type services, if that makes sense?
Yeah.
You do on the front end, yeah.
There's not a lot of work we can do on the front end, but what we can do is basically educate you on how to read your insurance policy. See what's covered and what's not. Don't wait till a disaster happens to find out if you're covered or what your deductible is. With businesses, we live right here on the East Coast and we have a lot of hurricanes. So if there's a big weather event happening, we can come in beforehand and talk to you, get an evaluation of the property, and say you need us at 2:00 in the morning for some huge disaster. We know where to park. We know where our crew can set up. We know who we're supposed to be contacting and have those cell numbers and which door we should go in. So again, you can't prepare for a disaster, but you can at least have a plan in place and be a little more prepared than you would by doing nothing.
And that's a great valid point there. So many people don't understand their insurance policy. They think, I'll just get fire damage, I'll get flood damage, and I'm done. And the worst thing is for something to happen, and then all of a sudden you pop up and say, well, guess what? It wasn't covered because you didn't get this policy in addition to the other 6 you already have. So that's good that you can help explain that.
And a lot of times we think just because we have insurance, it's going to be taken care of, but there are deductibles that have to be paid. And if you don't have the money to pay the deductible, then you may not be able to get it fixed. So there's a lot of pre-planning that goes in place.
Right. Well, let me remind everyone, if you have any questions, please type them in the comments and we'll get those on air here in just a moment. We're going to take a quick commercial break and then we're going to come back and then we'll talk about this wonderful COVID that's been going on and seeing how that has affected Restoration One and some of the services they do too. So stay with us. We'll be right back. Every client is unique and has different needs. Whether it's a growing family, a first-time buyer, an investor, or someone looking to downsize, I am here to help guide them through the process. My name is Todd Cartner. I am a realtor with Exit Coastal Real Estate Pros. I serve Myrtle Beach and the surrounding area, and there is no place I would rather have my family call home. You need a realtor you can trust and will put your needs first. I want to become your lifetime realtor. If you are looking to buy or sell real estate, please give me a call. I look forward to speaking with you soon. Welcome back to Myrtle Beach Living. We're live here on Wednesday afternoon on Facebook. We're on Twitter. We're on LinkedIn. We're on 2 different YouTube channels, and I think we're on 5 Facebook groups or channels. So we have with us today Amie Hayes, who is with Restoration One Fire, Water, and Mold Remediation Services, and right here in Myrtle Beach. And Amie, you guys are located right at the end of Panther Parkway on Forest Brook Road. Just if you come from Forest Brook Elementary, Forest Brook Middle area, right down there. You run right into your business there when you leave Hunter's Ridge area, right?
In fact, somebody did that not long ago and hit one of our vans. So,
wow. Well, at least it didn't run through the building, I guess.
Thank God.
That's funny. So, well, not funny, but you know what I mean. But anyway, so Amie, tell us about this COVID mess that we went through. How has that affected your business? Has it changed any of your procedures? I know you said you already had the chemicals and the knowledge in place, but has it changed the way you do business? And then what kind of people have reached out to you for your services as well?
Well, I mean, to be honest, it didn't really change our business that much because of the procedures we already had in place, the chemicals we deal with, and like I said, the biohazard restoration situations we see. We were prepared for this. Luckily, we are an essential business, so our team kept working the entire time. In the beginning, when all this started back in March and the shutdown started, we thought we may be busy immediately. But it actually turned out we didn't really get too busy with the COVID until the end part when everybody was starting to reopen because the businesses were closed, everybody was home, there was no reason to do it. And we had several businesses reach out to us that we helped clean, and we went in, we cleaned all the contents with our product we use, which is called BioEsk, and we do the fogging and wipe down all the high touch areas and basically gave them a certificate and peace of mind knowing that their business had been cleaned. And we actually had a couple of businesses who called and said, well, I have an employee who just got it. Can you come clean my office? And that kind of turned into an emergency situation because you can't leave a business down. So we would go in overnight or on the weekends, clean it, go back in, and they never had a problem again. Couple of situations with going into residential homes where people had it and they wanted a good clean. So we saw a lot of stuff all over the board. You could use this in cars, businesses, homes. It's a great product. So we just kept rolling like we normally did, and we were really happy to be able to help people.
I know a lot of the schools around here were completely disinfected, which took many, many days to get that done. Were you guys able to help any of those out, or even any daycares or any of that kind of stuff? What kind of businesses were calling you other than the restaurants?
We had restaurants, we had medical plazas, there was a daycare. In fact, because we are a corporate and all across the U.S., we have all the Walgreens. So we were going into all of the Walgreens because, of course, you know, if you're sick and you're going into a pharmacy, you've just walked all the way through the store. So Walgreens took up quite a bit of our time, and we were very happy to help them.
It's funny you say that. I never have understood why they put the pharmacy all the way in the back corner.
I know, right?
Yes, so you pick up all those other items on the way back out to the front door. I don't know. But so I know that Restoration One as a corporation also does things like kitchen and bathroom remodels. They do some carpet cleaning and stuff. Do you offer those services here locally as well?
We actually do carpet cleaning. We have a carpet cleaner that we use on jobs. So if somebody needs that service, we can definitely provide it. Our restoration services are our key, you know, foremost things to do because carpet cleaning can always wait. It's a great service, and we do help a lot of people with that. As far as other services, we do crawl space clean out. We actually have trade partners we work with that do the encapsulation, but we see a lot of times with air conditioning units, ductwork in crawl spaces, or flooding, mold is growing everywhere. So we can go in, remediate all that mold, clean it out, make sure you have a clean crawl space. And if you want it encapsulated later, we can get that taken care of for you.
That's pretty cool. So let's talk about your company a little bit too. How many employees do you have? How many vans do you have on the road? I know I've seen a lot of them. So talk about that too.
Well, I'll be honest with you. We're a small team, but we have a big impact. Right now, I think we're at 8 employees, and we have an agency we can call that can give us employees anytime we need it. So we grow as we need it. We have 6 vehicles on the road right now. It's been a great year, and we're excited. We're growing, and we're going to continue to grow. And we have a pretty nice goal that we're going for. So I have no doubt that in the next 6 months, we're going to reach that and be even bigger than we are now.
Well, that's awesome. And you provide 24-hour service, correct?
Yes. In fact, we don't have a landline in our office. Any phone number that you see from us is going to go directly to a cell phone, and we keep those cell phones 24 hours a day.
So this is one I found on your website, but I also know it changed at one point. So does that mean that whoever's on call, that number is on the website? Is that how that works? I just thought that was interesting.
Well, a lot of those are like tracking numbers for advertising purposes. So if you call any number you see from us, it's probably going to go straight to our owner's phone or my phone.
Okay. Well, that's cool. That's neat. Well, there's one of the numbers, 843-350-1266. Is that your cell phone?
No, but I'm happy to give it out.
People may be calling all times of the hours or all hours of the night. Who knows? So, Amie, tell us what else you want us to know about Restoration One and I know that you being in marketing too, you're also a big part of the community. You always have been. You mentioned earlier when the audio was off just a little bit that you're part of the chamber and you're an ambassador there. You're also part of BNI. But what other things does Restoration One get into? Is there a charity that you guys like to work with? That kind of stuff.
Yes, my boss, the owner, is Jake Gervin, and he does a lot of work with the Grand Strand Humane Society. I'm also an ambassador with the North Myrtle Beach Humane Society. We are both huge dog lovers, and we have helped them with donations. He'll go walk dogs occasionally. I know he has taken dogs in overnight when we get really bad weather or freezing temps and they need to get them inside. So he does a lot with that, and we both do whatever charity work we can and help our community because we live here and we love it, and that's why we want to take care of them.
Yeah, that's awesome. And we're trying to partner up with the Grand Strand Humane Society because of COVID. They're still on some restrictions, but once those are lifted, we're going to actually have a pet of the week here on Myrtle Beach Living. So hopefully we can help get those out there and adopted as well. So, well, Amie, thank you so much for joining us, and we will talk to you guys soon. And if you need any fire, water, mold restoration work, if disaster happens, give them a call, and I'm sure they'll be right there to help you out. And next week on the show, we have one of my longtime friends, Janet Morgan. Janet and I used to work together at the Sun News in the early 90s, and she is an amazing photographer, and now she is the editor of the Myrtle Beach Herald, and she will be here next Wednesday, September the 16th at 12:30 Eastern Time. And we will see you guys here for that. And Amie, once again, thank you for joining us, and good luck in your business. And if anything we can do for you in the community, just let us know.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am.